How would you like Sigil Magick? That's right, guys. So I've actually made Sigil Magick. Now, usually you guys are used to me doing spirituality, path to enlightenment, esoteric books and such. But actually, a secret aspect of what I've been up to is investigating the world of magic. And it started with Aleister Crowley's work back in 2018, maybe. And I realized he actually has a lot of cool writings going on. Usually you only hear about the controversial stuff, right? But so I've actually studied ceremonial magic, like the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, things like that, astral work. And that's kind of where this began. But it wasn't until I investigated Egyptian magic called Heka, as well as Egyptian mythology, and finally what's called Sigil Magick, that I started making these bad boys. Now, the reason I started making these is not just for fun, but actually it's because I had a lot of blockages going on in my life. Pretty much every area of life you could conceive of, there was a blockage there, an obstruction to overcome. Health included, as you know. So I realized, using all the principles that I had gained over the years of study, I realized that not only could I start making these sigils, for example, on the back of this one, not only could I start making sigils, I could start putting them all together in a collected group, and maybe I could make a supercharged sort of magical device, okay? And even Hinduism has yantras, right? So it's not like too barbaric an idea. But it worked out, okay? I made these for myself primarily, first and foremost. But over time, I was like, hey, why don't we share these with my subscribers, with anyone really who wants to benefit from these? So because I've noticed they do actually work, all right? There is power in them, not only inherently on their own, like a passive power, but mostly when you meditate with them. That's where the real money is. That's where the juice, the jet fuel is. Okay? So I'll get into that in a second. But let me show you what I've got here. Number one, the main one that a lot of people are going to find important and useful is the Enter the Dragon sigil. Ooh, sounds awesome, right? That's the name of the Bruce Lee movie, Kung Fu. Now, Enter the Dragon, this one is for developing confidence and personal power, something that a lot of people struggle with. Like, it's usually either someone's kind of reserved, or they're not being their full authentic self, or they're kind of narcissistic and don't care about anyone else. And they just, whatever. They ghost everyone. I don't know what they do. But yeah, so this one is Enter the Dragon, double-sided. All of them are double-sided. On the front sides, you have these receptacles. This side collects the intention. It establishes the intention, and it is supported and buffered by a myriad of symbols that I've collected and kind of constructed according to what I've learned. Principles that I have extrapolated and repurposed and expanded upon from what the Egyptians were doing. All right. On the other side of all of them, I put these sigils of power. These are ones that I have hand created using a proprietary method. And each one represents a word or a phrase. And so this is where the real power comes from. But yeah, putting them all together really creates a potent magical effect. And yeah, I do have mundane ones as well that I include here and there. Like this one has 4 of the Viking Nordic runes on it as well. Sowelo, Tyr, and Thurisaz. So the personal power, if you need health, so if your palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti too much, then you're going to want this one. You're going to want this for your school presentations. You're going to want this for doing that saxophone solo in your high school band. You're going to want this for going on that date. You're going to want this for making YouTube videos, whatever it is. You want to meditate with this beforehand. Okay. Next we have Pool of Siloam, right? Wow. Sounds cool, Paul, right? So now that's actually the name of a miracle place that Jesus actually used for one of his healings. He healed a blind man by sending him to the Pool of Siloam after putting spit-covered mud on his eyes. But yes, so that's the name of this one. It's for healing. Heal yourself with it. Cool. It's got an Egyptian ankh on it because that is the symbol for life. Last, we have the Abundance Sigil. This is the 12 Days of Christmas sigil. All right, guys, if you want abundance, if you want wealth, if you want your highest timeline to manifest, right? You want to help summon the highest timeline? This is going to help you do that. Now, this one actually makes me feel, it's very good at lifting up your mood, which is kind of makes it the best, really. Because the frequency of abundance, guys, contains everything that you want. So it's kind of like the best one, at least in my opinion. I really like it a lot. I think it was the first one I made, actually. Yeah, so on this one, I've got Archangel Metatron in the middle. He's good with manifestation because he represents the God source, the seed of consciousness, right? So everything comes from that. Okay, so where can you find these? These are on my Shopify store, paulclaremont.myshopify.com, all right? So I have 3 of them. However, I've prepared many others. I just figured these 3 are the only complete ones, and I wanted to share them with you guys. We'll see what the response is. And, maybe in the future, I'll make some more, okay? Because I do have ones like enhancing psychic powers, for example, on deck. So by the way, this is on oak tag paper. They're all printed. Yes, they look hand-drawn. That's because they are, but the original was hand-drawn. These ones are all printed. So like they're not gonna wear out. They're not gonna smudge like you're doing your high school test in your hand, kind of messes up the graphite. It's not gonna do that. So what you wanna do with this, you can put it in your wallet, carry it with you all day. And there are some stipulations with that, with the other ones, like the healing and the Manipura one, the personal power, that you can read in the description of my store. Like you might not want to do that at first. You might want to ease your way into it because there will be clearing reactions because you're clearing out stuck energies within you. I don't think there's really much of a problem with the abundance one. You could probably carry that with you all day, right off the bat, no problem. I don't know. It has passive power, like I said, but better methodology, meditate with it between both palms of your hand like that. Kind of like you just trapped a firefly or something romantic like that. Yeah, that's the ideal way to meditate. I found that if you do it in one hand only, like you're doing a Gyan Mudra with it in your hand like that, it's not as powerful. If you use 2 of the same kind in both hands, it does also have a potent effect. So yeah, take these with you on your expeditions, put it in your pocket for moral support, and yeah, watch the magic unfold before your very eyes. All right. Like I said, I know these work. I've used them myself. I use them every day. All the time. They really do potently enhance meditations. That's kind of the key. They're amplifiers, really. They're really amplifiers. So make sure you're also training your meditative technique, your alchemical law of attraction sort of technique. That is a key part of using these to their max potential. So if you order these on my store, I will mail it to you in the mail, and then you'll have it, and then you'll kind of be like we're like friends. Almost. It's like, Paul sent me something in the mail. Wow. Maybe that's weird. It'll be like the Jumanji thing where it's like silently beating drums because it's magical. And you're like, am I hearing that? Am I imagining that magical sound or is it real? But yeah, at the end of the day, the magic was really in there all along. So thank you guys for watching. Brief explanation of my Sigil Magick. There's a lot more details to go into. Definitely read the descriptions of each one because I do outline some principles and stuff. So yeah. Catch you guys next time. I hope you enjoy. Peace.